Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Well, another victory in the books for the Edmonton Oilers last night, picking up a 3-2 shootout victory. It was kind of a sleepy game, but nice goal from Corey Perry. Nice to see Ben Gleason chip in there, and newcomer Victor Arvidsson gets the shootout winner. So, as Oilers fans, any victory over the Vancouver Canucks, we will definitely take it. But that game aside, we got lots of news to go over today, so let's get started with all the latest in oil country. Let's get started with today's cuts from camp. Ben Gleason, Lane Peterson, Phil Kemp, and goaltender Colin Delia were all placed on waivers for the purpose of assignment to Bakersfield. And James Hamlin, who doesn't require waivers, was assigned to the Bakersfield Condors. The Oilers have also assigned prospect Bo Akey to the OHL's Barrie Colts. Unfortunately, due to a lingering injury, Akey was unable to get into any action during training camp. Daniel Nugent-Bowman of The Athletic reported that injured prospect Roby Järventie is expected to still be out for a few days past the season-opening rosters being due for submission. As a result, the Oilers will need to keep him on the roster on injured reserve, but his cap hit will only be $107,000, so it won't affect anything the Oilers plan to do. They will carry a 23-man roster to start, and it will drop down to 22 once Järventie is cleared and can go to Bakersfield. Evander Kane will remain on the roster as the 22nd man, only being moved to long-term injured reserve if the cap space is required. Daniel Nugent-Bowman also reported that Raphael Lavoie is banged up, but he will be available for the remaining 2 games of the preseason. With the planned 21-man playing roster, the Oilers can carry either 12 forwards, 7 defensemen, and 2 goaltenders, or 13 forwards, 6 defensemen, and 2 goaltenders. At forward, I believe the players I have highlighted have made this team. Drake Caggiula, Noah Philp, and Raphael Lavoie are battling to convince the Oilers to carry a 13th forward. On defense, I think it's much less clear. The players I have highlighted are locked in, but Josh Brown, Travis Dermott, and Troy Stecher are all still battling for either 1 or 2 spots. If the Oilers carry 7D, 2 spots, for 6D, a single spot will be available. From what I've seen in camp, I want the Oilers to carry 13 forwards and 6D, and keep one of Noah Philp or Raphael Lavoie. My choice is Noah Philp, but Raphael Lavoie has also looked good. Lavoie requires waivers, while Philp can simply be assigned to Bakersfield, so that may factor into the final decision. On defense, if it was up to me, I would sign Travis Dermott for depth and send him to Bakersfield, and send Josh Brown down along with him. Troy Stecher would be my 6th D-man. And of course, goaltending is self-explanatory. I'd go with Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard. And one last bit of news, head coach Chris Knobloch reported that Darnell Nurse should be good to go for tomorrow's game against Seattle, which is obviously great to hear. Well, we're getting into the really hard cuts for the Edmonton Oilers to make. Ben Gleason has looked good, and he was one of the last cuts last year, and unfortunately, I think Ben Gleason is just a step away from unfortunately making this team. He looks great. I didn't talk about him too much in this year's training camp, but he was definitely a focal point last year. I certainly don't think Ben Gleason would have looked out of place. Phil Kemp along with him. It's just great the Oilers have this kind of depth. Hopefully everyone clears through waivers and they have them to call upon, because the Oilers got pretty lucky with injuries last year. I have a feeling we're probably going to need more guys this year, so if the Oilers did end up signing a Travis Dermott, having him down in Bakersfield, having a Ben Gleason, having a Phil Kemp to call on, it does give Oilers fans some reassurance, right, if we do run into injury problems throughout the year. For the final roster spots, like I said, I think Troy Stecher would be my 6th D-man, Raphael Lavoie, and Noah Philp. Depending on who you ask, right? I know Raphael Lavoie has his fans. I'm a big fan of Noah Philp. I wouldn't be upset with either guy making it. The Oilers do have to be convinced to carry a 13th forward, like I said, because I think Derek Ryan, Corey Perry, Vasily Podkolzin, that 4th line, those guys are all on this team already. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe a Derek Ryan gets sent down, but I'd be pretty shocked if that happens. I think the Oilers need to be convinced to carry 13 forwards and 6D for Noah Philp or Raphael Lavoie to have a chance. Right now, I'm picking Noah Philp. Raphael Lavoie is battling some injuries right now. He's still able to play, but I don't know, maybe injuries come into factor, like I mentioned. Lavoie requires waivers. Noah Philp can simply just be assigned to Bakersfield, so that may factor into it. But these last two games still have a lot on the line for the Edmonton Oilers and for the players that want to make that opening day lineup. So I think that's all I have for today, guys. But let me know your thoughts on last night's game, Noah Philp, Raphael Lavoie. What are your thoughts on defense? Josh Brown just does not look like an NHL defenseman to me. I think he should be headed to Bakersfield, but I know he has some fans within the Oilers organization, so we'll see what happens here, guys. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.